How you doing?
All right, yeah. Genesis chapter 1, verse 20 now. Genesis chapter 1, verse 20. And if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. So God said, let the waters abound with living creatures and let birds fly above the earth in the open expanse of the sky. God created the large sea creatures and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarmed after their kind, and every winged bird after its kind. God saw that it was good. God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply in the earth. There was evening and there was morning, a fifth day. Anybody got any questions? Nothing really. The only thing I can say here for the kiddies is there is no such thing as evolution. There is no such thing as, in school, they would try to teach us, check this out, in school, they'll try to teach us that humans came from a worm. That doesn't make any sense. If we came from worms, why are there still worms today? In school, they'll teach us we came from monkeys, okay? If we came from monkeys, why are there still monkeys today? Why didn't the monkeys evolve into humans? Why are there still monkeys walking around that look like monkeys? Here's even a better question you can ask your teacher. Okay, so you're telling me that first we started off as monkeys, and then we slowly started transforming into a human. So tell me, where are all those half human, half monkeys now in the world? Can you tell me how many half human, half monkeys you know of? Teacher, I got a question. Where are the half monkey and half humans? Do you know any half monkey, half humans? I guarantee your teacher will say she won't have an answer for that. And if she tells you you're one, you report her to the principal and you tell your principal that your teacher just called you a monkey, a half monkey and a half human. And then call your mommy and your daddy, okay?
They confuse it even more now. They just say that humans and monkeys had the same common ancestor. So they're trying to distance themselves from that speech, and they're trying to make it a little more confusing by saying that we have a common ancestor. Because if you talk to people in their teens, like I talk to my cousins, the things that they're learning now in science are not the same things we were learning when we were in science. It just keeps changing up, you know?
That's true. That's true. So how do we respond to that?
Hey, lies change up too.
Right, but what's something a kid could say in class to that? Give me something.
Oh, any example of evolution at all. There's adaptation, but I have never seen an example of evolution. Like if a fish grows a horn, it's still a fish.
Yep, perfect. So something for the kids to make it real simple. So kids, anytime your teachers say we share the same ancestry or we share the same mommy and same daddy as monkeys, you ask them, teacher, excuse me, I got a question, teacher. Can you show me a transition from a monkey to a human? Right? It's kind of the same thing I said before, right? Can you show me that happening? Can you show me any animal or any human that transitions from something like a monkey to a human? Can you show me that transition? Can we do a class project where we can see it happen before our own eyes? Can we see it happen? Can we do a scientific project in class? No? Then I don't believe it. If I can't see it, I won't believe it. And then you tell them, this is what I believe, teacher. I believe Genesis chapter 1, verse 21. This is what I believe. Tell them, I believe Genesis chapter 1, verse 21. God created the large sea creatures and living creatures that moves, with which the waters swarmed after their kind, and every winged bird after its kind. God saw that it was good. So I believe that God created every different creature after its kind. Monkeys are still monkeys. Go ahead,
So
Ezzy.
I asked my son, because I remember having this conversation with him. I asked my son what he told the teacher, what he asked the teacher when they were talking about it, evolution. He said, if you believe in God, why do you teach evolution? Or why do you teach the Big Bang Theory is what he said.
If you don't believe in God?
No, if you do. If you believe in God, because he asked her, and she believes in God, and he asked, if you believe in God, why do you teach the Big Bang Theory?
Nice. That's a perfect question. That's a perfect question. What was her response? Does he have an answer?
I don't think she responded. I don't think she responded. I have to ask him. I don't think she responded.
So that's another good question a kid can ask. We got to teach our kids to be vocal. It's okay, you know. It's okay to do that. It's okay to believe in the Bible. And when your teachers are telling us things like we came from monkeys, it's okay to let them know that that's not true. Teacher, do you believe in the Bible? If they say no, then you can say, okay, that explains it. Thank you. Okay, that explains why you're teaching us this. Thanks. Doesn't make any sense. That's because you don't believe in the Bible. Got it. All right.
I have a few cross references.
Go ahead.
I want to go back to the signs in the sky and give a few cross references. So Genesis 9:1, it's talking about covenant and prophecy. And 9:1, Elohim blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And then in 15:5, it says, and he brought him forth abroad and said, this is Yahuwah to Abraham. And he brought him forth and said, look now towards the heavens and tell the stars if you are able to number them. And he said to them, so shall your seed be. And in Genesis 26:4, it says, I will make your seed to multiply as the stars of heaven. This is repetition. And will give unto your seed all these countries. And in your seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. And I'm going to jump to Exodus 1:7. And then in verse 20, it says, and the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty. And the land was filled with them. And verse 20 says, therefore Elohim dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. So I'm just going back to the idea of the stars. Like that's also when we look at the heavens. I think about, real quick, in Nevi'im, when it talks about like in your rising up and you're going down, I always speak of the word and stuff like that. When we look at the heavens, we should be like, there's also a covenant that we're still living out to Abraham. He said that you're going to multiply as if you can count the stars, that's how numerous you're going to be. So when we look at that, there's always the gospel. There's always the part of the word that we should be able to find in what Yah has done because it points back to him. Thanks all.
Cool. She went back to another video. So that was for the
multiply.
That was for Genesis chapter 1, verse what? 14?
That over here.
Yeah, that was verse 14.
14 and 22 because it says multiple. Well, I mean, he's gonna say it later on, but this is not to humans right now. He's talking to. But
14 to 19.
Multiplying.
That was for Genesis 1, 14 to 19. All right, that was a nice little nugget. We'll end there and go to the next video, next portion of Genesis.